Oh.
Damn, starting off strong. I thought we were done with the controversial subjects, but look at us now.
Isn't everything we do controversial?
Yeah, somewhat. I can see it, yeah.
Me being alive is controversial. Yasmin being a woman is controversial.
We're defying the odds.
Right.
Every
Defying
day.
gravity, if you will.
If you will.
Do you guys think... what is that again?
Oh my God, Izzy! I'm holding
Have you
space
seen
for this.
Wicked?
I'm holding space for this conversation.
I have not seen Wicked.
There's been whispers about it on queer media.
Just the way that you don't understand any of these references.
Which is weird because I do like musicals too. Like I like Phantom of the Opera, Into the Woods.
I didn't even know that was happening.
What, Phantom of the Opera?
He's still quoting the Wicked interview.
Is that? Oh, what's?
We'll have to show you the interview.
Well,
what's cry over here?
What's the interview?
It was like this lady interviewing. Okay, so you know the two girls from Wicked, right? Like the main girls, Ariana Grande and then Cynthia Erivo.
I
Is that her
believe
last name?
Okay.
So like, there's so many just weird ass interviews of them, and there's this one interview with this lady, and she interviews them, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Are you aware that people are taking the lyrics from Defying Gravity and really holding space with that?" And then the one girl's like, "I didn't know that was happening." It's a weird interview.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I'll have to show it to you.
I don't think anyone even knew what was going on in that video, and I feel like that's what made it more iconic because it's like
they just
they're
took
just
it so
rolling with the
seriously
punches.
too. Yeah,
they took it super serious and they're rolling with the punches. Oh my God!
So this bitch has been texting me for a week straight, being like, "I'm holding space for you." From the fucking interview.
Oh my goodness!
Ooh, that looks like better lighting. Sick.
How come you get better lighting?
But you have the most amount of lights on you.
She's the pretty one.
It's not enough.
I was gonna say. Nobody else has two lights on them.
Oh my goodness! But yeah,
We're down to one.
I'm holding space for this interview and this recording across all queer media.
Queer media. What's queer media?
I guess media for queers. It's in the name, Izzy.
Duh.
I apologize.
That was very
for all the references that.
That was very bigoted of you.
I know.
I apologize to the viewers for all these references that you also don't understand.
I don't think Izzy's holding any space for any of us.
You know
frankly.
You know what I would like to bring up though that I know you're not going to understand this reference.
Go for it.
Have you ever heard of it's on TikTok, cat brain rot?
No.
Do you know what brain rot is, Izzy?
Mm-mm.
I don't understand it either, but
So brain rot is like if you're someone who's chronically online, but like specifically on TikTok, right?
Okay.
So like how me and Andy have whole conversations where we're just quoting various TikToks. So cat brain rot is like these videos, and it's like this fucking cat like spinning around, and Andy make the sound. It makes.
and it hypnotizes cats. I want to try it in the
really?
living room. But
Hypnotize them to do what?
They just space out, and
like
then,
they just
really?
like stop in their tracks and like look at the TV, and like they just look like mystified.
and when they're
that's pretty
looking,
cool.
and when they're looking at it, like you zoom in on their faces, and their eyes are like wide. The pupils are like all black, so it's like it's triggering something.
Interesting. It's like similar to like it wasn't that a couple years ago where they had like the ancient Egyptian sound or whatever, and it's supposed to get like your
the cats, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to remind them that they
few
were like
years ago. I'm
gods.
pretty sure that was like this year. It's crazy that these things happen, and like we think that was so long ago, and it's literally all this year.
What
The year is almost over.
Thank God.
Tomorrow, it's literally December.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. This could probably be our Christmas episode. I don't know.
Oh God! I didn't even put the icicle up my ass. Thanks for the reminder, Izzy.
I should have worn a hat. Or
Like a Santa hat?
Yeah.
Do you have a Santa hat?
No, I was gonna actually text one of you too if you can bring one over.
Bitch.
I like because we're all just have like all these random costumes laying around.
What?
Can you go through your
A Santa hat? I don't. Or just stop by the store and get one. You know. I'm confused by the fact. What
Are
is
they-
happening?
What
with
are
it?
we, your slaves?
You're right. I know, right.
What's that? Hey, can
No,
you pick?
you're right. I forget that it's Christmas time. They already have. They've been
Yeah,
having
they
shit
have
up
them
since
right after
December.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they've been having it since before Halloween. I said, y'all need to respect tradition. It's Halloween, Thanksgiving. As soon as Black Friday starts, then you can put up your Christmas shit.
I'll be real with you. I enjoy Thanksgiving on the day, but like I don't give a fuck about like if people want to put up their Christmas decorations November 1st.
Shame.
Go for it. I don't give a fuck.
Shame.
There's no cute November decorations.
Oh,
Okay,
you have
I don't want to put
such cute
I
fall
don't want to
decor.
put up
like
a
fall,
fucking
right? Yeah,
turkey.
like-
It's just fall stuff. So
That's
it's like
yeah.
still
cute. You
Halloween.
could put a little centerpiece with acorns and cranberries
sounds
and
hideous.
maple leaves.
I'm not
Obviously,
going to put a goddamn cornucopia on my
Why
table
not?
because I'm not a pilgrim. Look,
Those
all
poor
I'm saying is,
people.
as long
They
as you
came
wait,
over here to persecute the Native Americans. Show them some goddamn respect.
Those bastards.
The natives or the pilgrims? Or both?
Both of you.
Fair.
No, I think it's kind of weird, right? Like, is there a decoration that you can have like for these last 3 months of the year?
like,
I think
just
the
keep
fall,
up for
fall
all three of
decorations,
them.
right? Like, yeah, if you put fall
Yeah.
decorations, like
You can.
you can have those around Christmas, right? Or is that
Not until Christmas.
no?
No, Christmas you got to start putting up winter decorations.
Yeah. And you have to make sure it's set in a very specific order.
Do you guys know any Christmas people? Like people that really, really, really like Christmas?
That's
No.
like my entire family.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh my God. All these bitches do is listen to Christmas music. Alyssa bought us tickets to this like Christmas themed bar in West Hollywood. And it's like they give you a little Christmas cocktail and they have it all set up.
Alyssa
And
is so cute.
even
and you
today-
shout out to her. I love her. I'm obsessed with
My
her.
sister Alyssa, shout
Yeah.
out. Even today, she was telling me, she was like,
Yeah.
"Do you want to go Christmas shopping in a couple weeks? Like, I want to go to the mall."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why the fuck would I want to go Christmas shopping at the mall?" And she was like, "'Cause it's fun and it's festive."
I would say yeah. The mall is definitely like a teenager thing. I
Yeah.
feel.
The mall is like hell around Christmas time.
Yeah, no, but I feel like I don't know. Like I rarely go to the mall. What it was like when I was younger, I used to love going to the mall like once
Yeah.
a week or whatever it was. But I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Yeah. I feel like you spend more money. I guess it's kind of cool if you're going to like a fucking Christmas bar and having like a Christmas. That's kind of cool.
That is
That's
that'll be
yeah.
fun
cute.
for sure. Yeah.
But malls during the Christmas, no. Tell Alyssa she's out of her fucking rocker.
Well, I feel like you're just gonna get better deals online.
Yeah.
For the same stores.
Maybe.
Like I'll be in like, I don't know, PacSun, and then I'll look on their app and it'll be like 40% off the entire app. But in the store everything's full price. And I'm like, why the fuck am I even in the store right now?
The Gorilla Grip that TikTok Shop has on me.
I was at you shop a lot on TikTok Shop more than
They give
anybody
me
I know for sure.
Well, they give you really good deals.
They do.
So it's like, and I'm like, I always see stuff, and I was like, you know what? Izzy needs this. Yasmin needs this. I need this.
You are a very generous king.
Yeah, you
Andy
do,
did bring
yeah.
me multiple gifts today. So
Oh, what do you get you?
he got me a phone charger for my car for my new phone, and then he got me one of those little like grip things that you stick on the back of your phone so you can stick it onto a wall.
And anywhere no stick. It was the one I was using last time when I was like, watch, and I told you, why don't you put on the thing I put on there?
Oh yeah, that's gay.
So I can start being a content creator and just stick my phone onto things and
And he
be
does
like,
a lot of gay
here's
things.
my outfit of the day.
He
Well,
think-
yeah.
According to Izzy, everything I do is gay. So like when I have my
He's
when I have
gay.
my phone, when I have
A full battery on your phone.
yeah, that's gay. Coming with a battery pack, with a backup battery pack, that's gay.
Being prepared is gay.
Yeah, for Izzy. Yeah.
Or what's his thing right now is checking in like
Oh, okay. On the app, on iPhone, on iMessage now, it lets you check in.
Yeah.
So, and then it literally tells you like if someone's stopped or anything's going on, it'll give you a notification. And Izzy's always like, "Well, text me when you're home." So I check in now. So as soon as I'm in the area where I'm supposed to be at, it lets you know, "Oh, Andy arrived saved."
Yeah.
And according to him, that's gay.
Arriving-
using a built-in function that comes with all iPhones is homosexual to him.
Arriving safely to your destination is
How
gay.
fucking dare you?
no, because like I think it
Get
started.
lost like a
Next-
real man.
Right.
I was on my way to his place to pick him up for something, and I was driving or whatever. So I hit at a fucking stoplight, and I go, oh, let me let him know what time I'm gonna get there. So I'm already on the fucking maps thing, so I screenshot it and I send it to him.
I didn't get a screenshot.
Not a
Yeah,
goddamn
you did, yeah.
screenshot.
No, I swear I did. Let me check.
This was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you were talking about today. and I
No,
was
this is
like,
how it started. Yeah, this was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so yeah, I sent you a screenshot, and you're like, why don't you just something like check in?
well,
or why don't
there's two different things
you- okay.
on the maps.
Both equally
These
gay,
are
watch.
iOS. No, it's not. On the iOS when you use the Apple
Yeah.
Maps. It'll let you, as soon as you start doing your destination, it gives you an option right there. Share your ETA.
Mm-hmm.
So you can share it with whoever you need to share it with, and then check-in is just basically they arrived safely. You're good to go. That's it.
I'm kind of
And-
surprised that you guys don't share locations.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Honestly, I'm the kind of person. Legit, if you want my location, I don't give a fuck. I will share I have people. I'm like, I'll sometimes go through my Find My iPhone and I'll be like, why does this person have my location? But I don't want to turn it off, right? So that's the kind of friend I am. You want my location? I don't give a fuck. I'll share it with you. I don't have anything to hide. You're just gonna see me harass all the local drive-thrus.
That's fine.
But I just feel like if I gave Izzy my location, I feel like he already has so much power over me. I feel like that's even more power.
What power?
I just feel like you would. I feel like Izzy would be the toxic person and just be checking my location all the time.
I see
like,
that
what's
for
this
him.
fat ass up to? And just be.
Who the fuck has the time?
I feel like he would text you and be like,
fuck?
he'd text you and he'd be like, I see you're at Del Taco. Bring me a soda. On
Yeah,
the way.
he would. He'd be like, oh, you're at Stater Brothers. Can you give me this? God, I did.
What?
He would use it for evil for sure.
Yeah.
What? I work like 60 hours a fucking week right now.
So do I, and I
I'm
still check everybody's location.
Yeah, no, that's weird. No,
And I'm still on TikTok 24/7.
No, yeah, I the location thing. I've always been like kind of a weirdo in that. Like I don't.
Do you share your location with anyone?
No. To say that's all I'm
Oh
saying.
my
yeah.
god, that's
kinda
crazy.
weird, yeah.
Because I'm the kind of friend like legit. If you want my location, I'll give it to you. I don't care. I don't have anything to hide. And like legit, my life. I feel like the life I live is very the same. So like during the week, you're gonna see me at work, then go to a random store, and then come back home, and that's gonna be like my cycle for the whole week.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not doing anything crazy.
I just don't see the need. Like, why would you share your location?
It's just
with anybody?
interesting sometimes, or even sometimes like I forget I share. Like I tell you, I forget I share. Certain people have my location, and then someone will text me and they'll be like, "What are you doing there?" And I'll be like, "Damn, bitch, let me mind your own fucking business."
I mean, I think that there is kind of like somewhat of a safety aspect to it. Like me and Josh share locations, and like
I guess it makes sense if you're. A
if
girl.
one day I see his location and it's like the middle of the day and he's like at the hospital, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, like
You're gonna be like,
something
"Finally."
happened. That inheritance money is mine.
No, I can see if you're a girl for sure, because then it's like,
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But if you're a dude, that's gay. Don't give anybody your
Sharing
location.
locations is gay now, everyone.
Yeah, like
Heterosexual men of America, be warned.
Like imagine,
Just get kidnapped like a real man.
like imagine if you guys find out that like me and Drew share locations, that's fucking.
I wouldn't
weird,
think
right?
anything of it.
No,
I would not be like, oh, I would not automatically be like, oh, they're butt fucking. They're sharing locations. They're fucking digging in each other's buttholes for sure. I'd be like, damn, you guys are good friends.
Yeah.
Oh shit! This shit fell.
I just feel like Izzy just builds a fragile cage of masculinity, and
He
each
has
day
he has the
Oh,
key
it's
to he has
anything but fragile.
he has the key to that lock in his hands.
and then the worst part is it's getting smaller and smaller. It's just every
know.
day something new is gay. It's gay now.
Somebody asked me the other day too. They're like, "How do you eat a banana?" I was like, "With a spoon."
Oh my god.
And you know what's crazy? I just feel like I just love the relationship that Izzy and I have, because I'm pretty sure people think that we're hooking up like crazy all the time.
I could see that. I could see the implication.
Yeah.
Because you guys are
But-
always posting each other on
yeah,
social media.
The biggest thing is Andy's age.
Izzy's no longer interested.
Andy is.
And I'm no longer 100 pounds.
How old are you, Andy?
I don't
Oh my
even
God.
know at this point. I tell people online so many different things.
No. Yeah. No. That's. If I'm sharing my location from you, it's because we're doing something. I couldn't imagine.
You better start sharing location then, buddy.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I can't picture sharing location with the dude. You know, like it's kind of. I'm not wrong.
Okay,
I think
Izzy.
you're overthinking it. Like it's not that serious.
It's like it's really
No, it's not. But that's
this
why.
fragile cage.
But like, okay, ask Josh. Does he share his location with anybody else?
Yeah, he shares it with his sister. I think both of his parents. Well, that might be it, but
Yeah. See, and that
Have
kind of makes more sense, right?
yeah.
Than like a friend, like a bud. You know, like, hey, dude, like share your location with me.
Have you seen the picture? And it's like a drawn picture, and it's like a cage, a bird in a cage, and there's like huge gaps in the cage, but the bird is holding on to like the smallest little like it's trapping itself in, and it's like a printout, and then the caption is basically like, my therapist gave me this picture and said this was me, and I feel like that describes Izzy to the T. just trapped in a cage of his own self machinations. And
Yeah, but this is on you guys too. Okay, so I'll give you a perfect example.
Okay.
So we have an episode where it's us three and then Drew. And then we were like cheering during the podcast. We're like, "Oh, we're gonna do cheers," and you guys are like, "Oh, that's gay." You guys like,
but do you think that we're? Do you think that we're being serious? Like, I feel like when we say stuff like that, it's obviously satire.
Yeah, okay, but
I feel like when you say that, you legitimately feel
I don't. I'm not being serious. If I'm saying, "Hey, I'm sharing my location with somebody," I'm like, "There's a dick in my mouth." No, but I'm just saying, like,
I think you're being serious.
You know, it's.
I feel like with us,
Yeah.
we use gay more of a critique, especially for me. Like when something is like uber straight, I'm like, that's gay. You know what I mean? Like when something is so heteronormative, I'm like, this is so gay. You know what I mean?
I would say there's things about things that guys do that are gay, but they're not seen as gay. Like, I don't know. Like, for example, some comedian, it was somewhere, but they were talking about how it's gay that you would wear the jersey of another man. Like,
Okay,
that's
I
like
see
his
that.
name's on your back.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys literally how you guys obsess over sports.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. Like that's super gay.
No, and to an extent, I don't know. Maybe like if you try to rationalize it that way, but I don't know. It's fine.
It's fun. It's a nice pastime. I don't know.
Yeah, Andy. You went to a baseball game. You had a good time.
It was a really fun time. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. I'll give you that.
Andy's an honorary Angels fan now.
Yes.
And Yasmin picked a football team on the podcast.
Enough sports talk for this podcast, okay?
What team
We're not on fucking Beer on Doomsday, bitch. We're not talking about. We're not
exactly.
getting into this again.
Shout out to Drew. But
Shout out to Drew, but we're not getting into this again. I've had more than enough sports talk for 1 month. Okay.
It was a lot. When
And
I was editing that podcast, I was like, it was a lot of sports talk.
and we've been watching football all fucking weekend thanks to Izzy. Every time I come over here, it's football, football, football.
When is football season over?
It's barely starting again.
Oh.
It's about to be in February. It's going to be the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so you got a couple more months.
And then have they announced who's going to be the Super Bowl artist yet?
I thought I heard Kendrick Lamar.
That's what I heard too.
Although I don't know if
Okay.
that's like confirmed.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are always cool.
There's whispers among queer media.
I feel kind of weird in that. So like my reference of like fucking who plays at the Super Bowl was fucked up because I saw as a kid the most iconic one, which was like fucking Justin Timberlake, NSYNC, fucking Britney Spears, like Michael
Creed.
Jackson came out. Like I don't know about Creed, but anyways, like
You've never seen that iconic Super Bowl performance where he's literally like flying down with like angel wings and he's singing?
no, it wasn't him. No,
It
it was a separate performer for sure.
Oh
But yeah,
my God.
that was a cheesy one. I think he was wearing like I think it was a Cowboys jersey.
I think he was wearing a jersey, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
And a gay man thought this whole thing up.
Probably. Yeah.
No straight guy would be like, yeah, let me fly through the crowd with wings. And, like, what?
While Creed is playing in the background.
this
It's very
is crazy.
theatrical, that's for
Of
sure.
course.
It's kind of iconic.
Is that the one they played?
I think
Oh yeah, well yeah. Can you take me higher?
Yeah.
Of course, because it's like that's the one that's like you're
as he was he was defying gravity and
as he
flying
was
up
doing
into the air.
pink flips through the air. That bitch is so crazy. I don't like her music. Well, I like some of her songs, but I don't follow her discography or
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just see clips of her in concert, and I feel like it would take me out seeing her flipping through the. I feel like I would literally be in tears, and I'm like cracking up tears, not like emotional tears.
Yeah.
I think that
You
would
said
just take me
Pink?
out. Yeah, the artist Pink.
Oh yeah, I didn't know she.
Yeah,
had, like,
she
flips,
literally
yeah.
she literally like will have arena tours and be flipping all through the whole stadium.
She's got that middle-aged mom
I'm
audience
telling
on
you.
lock.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not
I
even
heard,
joking.
maybe it was you that told me like Katy Perry's like that too. She's kind of went
I
like,
don't know.
oh, somebody was telling me that Katy Perry is kind of weird now. Like
Her new album sucked ass.
it's like kind of like weird
This
white
is
collar shit.
my oh my God, Katy Perry.
It was very okay.
It was you then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pink, at least I feel, is someone who is like, even after all these years, she's still
Yeah.
very like true to herself.
Yeah.
And she is like, as a musician, you kind of do change as you age and your priorities in life change. And I think that Pink definitely handles that well. And her audience is primarily like women her age, right? Whereas I feel like Katy Perry, low key, is trying to appeal to like young girls and gays, but her music is very like, it's clearly not her.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
it's
Like,
like-
it's written by 10
Dr.
CEOs, yeah, who are like, this is what they want. We're gonna give them the shitty ass like pop song, and it's like, girl, I feel like she thought with that new album she was trying to be like a Slater or like a hyperpop type thing, and it's like, girl, this is not you.
And it's just like, to me, it's like, I just watched her music video with Doechii, and I feel bad because Doechii, I really like her as an artist, and it's just like, baby, you have kids, you're like 40 plus years old, why are you scissoring with another woman? Like, it's give it up, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but
like,
I think unless that's like part of your image, like someone like Cardi B, she's always like doing all kinds of crazy shit, but that's her. Like that's her image, is her just like doing crazy shit. Whereas like Katy Perry just like doing crazy shit.
She tries
it's
too
like,
hard, and I know that whole Grammy thing like really bothers her.
Yeah.
And it's like,
wait, what Grammy thing?
She's never won a Grammy, and then they make fun of her all the time. Well, internet gays do.
That's what I was gonna say. Who the fuck is making fun of?
Oh yeah, like they literally, like this dude really went up to her and had a picture of a Grammy, and tried to make her sign it. And she's like, I know what that means. I know what you mean by that. And,
damn.
And she's like, still works with Dr. Luke. And,
even when the gays turn their back on you, it's over.
Yeah,
retire.
Yeah.
Damn. I just haven't heard a song in a long time. Like,
well, she did that Woman's World that literally sounded like a woman's like.
It sounds like something they would play in a Kohl's.
Yeah, like at a self-help, like, we're gonna get you motivated, ladies. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And even like the clips, it kept on getting longer, and it's like,
I think I did see a clip where she was talking about like her daughter. She felt like embarrassed that she made certain songs, like, because now her daughter's like listening to them and asking about them.
And you're still making the same fucking music, bitch. Like,
is she really?
Yeah,
like about like fucking kissing girls and all that shit.
I don't know.
Wait, seriously?
Never be embarrassed of who you are.
Exactly.
Okay.
No,
see, that's okay. So
that's who you were.
See, that's the thing with Katy Perry is you're not fucking about it. If you're gonna turn around and be like, I'm embarrassed about writing these songs. Do you think anyone else is? Fuck no, because they're like, look, I was a bad bitch. I had my time. I was that bitch for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Like Christina
and then to turn
Aguilera.
around and be like,
she's with the dude that's famous too.
She's
right?
with Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, Legolas.
There you go. Yeah, Legolas. Yeah.
Yeah. I literally was randomly watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies because they were on TV, and it transported me back to when I was in junior high, and I was like obsessed with Orlando Bloom's character in those movies. And my account name for everything was like William Turner, like whatever.
William Turner.
That was his character's name.
William Turner's wench.
Hey,
I remember my YouTube channel for a long
first
time.
Three were really fucking good, though.
Yes, they were. My YouTube channel was like the real William Turner because I was like obsessed with him.
How many people were like, "Is this really you?"
It's me, William Turner.
Right. But I'm sending you what is it? A parchment paper. I'm sending you a dove.
Cash out me $100 and I'll FaceTime you. That just made you think of that girl.
It did.
Well, now they have your Del Taco cup in hand. What did you think of the Dirty Del?
It was fine. It was low key, just like a Dr. Pepper float.
Describe what a dirty Del is for the viewers.
So,
because
a dirty Del.
I was like, it sounds like the Cincinnati bow tie.
Some Urban Dictionary shit.
So Izzy and I had a real quick stop at Del Taco today, and they were offering a Dirty Del on the menu, which is a Dr. Pepper with cream and I think like a lime wedge.
I did not taste lime at all.
Oh, okay, but it's supposed to have one in there. And then I know Yasmin is a Dr. Pepper fiend.
I'm a Dr. Pepper girly. Yeah, absolutely.
So I was like, she didn't want anything off the menu, but I was like, I'm going to get her one because I know she would appreciate it. But it was, I guess, I would say, would you say it was a 6 out of 10?
I mean, it was definitely good. Yeah.
Because it was a Dr. Pepper base.
It was basically just like a Dr. Pepper float. Like it tasted like a Dr. Pepper and ice cream. So I mean, it was good.
Oh, that does sound bomb.
Yeah. I keep seeing all those TikToks of all those like Mormon soda shops.
I want to go to one.
And it's
Isn't
like
that
a fucking
crazy?
soda. And then, yeah, they add like coffee creamer and like lime juice or lemon juice.
my
Or
God.
I see some pretty fucking good ones. And I'm like, I don't think we have any
Wait,
out here
what?
though.
No, that's a Mormon.
Because you know how
it's
Mormons.
it's specifically called a Mormon soda
No, they
shop?
don't
Well-
call it, but it's like Mormon because.
So you know how they can't have coffee?
Oh, yes. Okay,
So
I did know
so according to in their brain, you can't have coffee, but you can have soda, which still has caffeine, so that doesn't make sense. But I don't know. The Mormon Bible apparently does not specify or soda, so
okay.
because it was written before soda was invented. Well, actually, no, soda's been around for a long time.
it
But
was medicinal.
but it's like a huge thing in like Utah. There's a shit ton of these soda shops instead of like here we have coffee shops everywhere. Over there they have soda shops,
And they all
but
have
they make
caffeine,
them
it's just
But they make like fancy sodas where it's basically like a fucking coffee, but it's with soda instead of coffee because they're adding creamer. They
And
add like
flavor.
flavors
Wow.
to
That's pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
I would love to try like a peach-based soda.
You know what though? You could probably just get one at like Sonic. They have all those too. I see.
I do like some Sonics. I feel like Sonic's good. They just take forever for your fucking food.
They do.
Every time I go.
Well, I really only go for the drinks.
Don't go on your lunch break.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen anyone eat shit at a Sonic's? I think
On
I
their
ate one.
skates?
Yeah, I think
I thought they
ate
stopped that. They still do the skates
Oh,
thing?
they still do it.
I think it depends on the Sonic location.
okay.
And I think it's honestly, I think it's up to the person now too.
Yeah.
Like if they don't want to do it, they don't have to. I believe. I don't know. I'm not affiliated with the Sonic's brand in any way, shape, or form.
I see the TikToks of them falling.
Damn.
How embarrassing. Or like one time I went to, oh my God, where was I at? It was either an Olive Garden or an Applebee's, and it was this dude that I went to high school with, and I never really talked to him, but I knew his face, and I was like, whatever, like, he was like the bartender, right? And I was just like, oh, hey, and then I think because it had to have been an Olive Garden. I swear, I think it was an Olive Garden. It doesn't matter what the fuck it happened, but I guess he tried to do like a fancy drink, and he like dropped everything, and I was just like, oh, like you did not need to impress. You didn't even need to try to impress me, sir. Like,
oh no.
But yeah, it was super embarrassing, and I was just like, like,
yeah, and you could tell specifically he was trying to impress you.
Yeah, I was just like,
I would talk shit, but then again, like I have been enjoying all the videos about like Thanksgiving's gone wrong, like fucking. Like turkeys on fire in the oven, or people like they fuck up when they deep fry them.
Oh yeah, because they drop it so fast, and it's like no, you have to acclimate.
Yeah. If you drop it too fast, it just fucking turns into
well.
Like a
and don't
fireball.
they drop it? Aren't you not supposed to drop it in? Are you supposed to drop it in while it's already boiling?
Yeah,
or before it starts boiling.
No, when it's oil, when it's hot, because if you do while it's cold, it's just going to be absorbing grease.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I actually made a turkey. Damn, that was.
And it came out so good.
Yeah,
and
it looks good.
She was very demure. She had her legs closed, so I knew she was not part of the butter broth scandal.
I spatchcocked it, so like the way it was laying down, it looked like it was fucking.
I like how I taught Izzy a new word, and now he's just like.
The turkissy, isn't that what you said?
No, the spatchcock.
Oh,
that's when you literally cut the spine off of the poultry.
That's when they like.
If you learn a new word, you're
right?
not allowed to use it. That's what Andy's saying. Right
no,
now.
I'm just saying it's so funny that all of a sudden now he's like, no, it's spatchcock. No, you take the spine out and then you lay it flat, and then especially when you make it like roast or even like turkey, anything, it just cooks way faster, and it came out like really good. Like it came out really really good.
I thought the word was turkissy because I saw that on your story on Instagram.
I just love how anything has just add an "-y" to the end, and it's a new word. And then I forgot someone else was like, "What word was it?" And they were like, "Oh, I thought it was a made up word," and it's like, "No, that's a real word." I forgot what word it was. It was,
yeah. No, and then all the sides and everything we got from like Costco. So
So it was already. We didn't have to do cook. Izzy did all the cooking.
Yeah, and he took me to Costco for the first time.
Like that was your first time in a Costco?
No, I think it was
with us together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's been talking about it, and I just pretty much just proceeded to talk about him masturbating.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram stories, and I was like, "Is this a reference to something? Am I supposed to be getting this?" Or?
He literally was doing that. And number one, it was the week before Thanksgiving, so that shit was fucking packed, full of good Christian people, and for everything. Oh, so you can masturbate with later. I was like, oh my God.
He's literally like holding the phone out, and there's like 5 white people in the background, and he's like, Andy, check this out. You can masturbate with this later.
Isn't that... Yeah, and the worst part, I wasn't even on. I haven't been on Instagram to even see what the fuck was happening.
It started with sodas. I was like, "Look, Andy, there's sodas, so you can drink while you masturbate." And then there was like pies, and I was like, "Andy, look, you can eat while you masturbate." And then the third one I didn't post, but it was like coats. I was like, "Look, Andy, you could stay warm while you masturbate." And it was fucking packed in there, dude. Like,
I'm telling you, he had no shame.
Because a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, you stand in front of that girl." I'm like, dude, there was like 40 people around me. Like,
it was really packed.
Yeah, it was just fucking hilarious.
Was that like a reference to something?
No,
I just thought it was funny.
No, because he talks about Costco so much. I just wanted to ruin it for him.
Oh, you can never ruin Costco for me.
That Kirkland brand goes strong.
Exactly.
No, I like Costco. I just don't like how packed it was. But then again, it was like the weekend before Thanksgiving, so yeah, I get it.
A busy Costco is hell. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, a busy grocery store in general.
Yeah.
That's why I do like fucking curbside pickup. Fuck that.
And then I think the amount of white people in there kind of like was disturbing. So it was just kind of like
the last time I was in a Costco, a guy there was a man wearing a Trump hat, and he like almost hit me with his cart, and I think it was intentional.
Damn.
He was like, "You fucking libtard,
you blue-haired liberal." Well, and his little son was like in the front, and I feel like
Yeah.
he was trying to teach his son, like, we don't see, son, these
Right.
liberal women, this is how we treat them. And then he just,
He called me a Democrat. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
yes.
No,
Oh my
wait,
God.
what?
She's like literally like it's a brother and sister fighting,
Yeah.
and she legit looks. She's like 10 years old.
They look like the people from the fucking Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, and she literally has like a
Oh,
Karen
shit.
haircut already.
She has like no
she
teeth.
already looks like she's a mature woman.
I didn't know that they were that young.
Yeah, they were literally young, super young. She already looks old as shit. And then I guess like she's mad at her brother, and he's like, "What's going on?" She's like, "He called me a Democrat." Like it's just I don't know, these
Wild.
people are fucking.
You guys ever
crazy.
seen that video of like it's like people from Alaska. It's like, hey, we're people from Alaska, and it's like this weird ass looking woman, and she, you know what I'm talking about? Like
And she just does not look a human.
yeah, dude, yeah, it's super creepy.
Is that like, well, I feel like that's whenever I see TikToks of people who live
Yeah.
in the Midwest or whatever, and like
Yeah.
everyone's like 15 years behind us, right? Like
Okay.
the West Coast and like the East Coast too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whenever you see people who live in like, I mean, not sometimes the South too, but it's like they're
Yeah.
just like 10 years behind in fashion and
Really?
hairstyle
Damn.
and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I do think with now, like with TikTok and everything, is probably a little bit different. But like in the past, it was always like the center of the country was just like behind us.
Yeah.
when
Because
it
they're
came
still
to, like,
seeing
trends.
people. I love seeing people. But
Yes.
there's still seeing people over
Well,
there.
that's making like a comeback though.
I know. I love that.
because of
really?
TikTok. Yes. Like younger kids are doing it now.
And
but,
it's
like,
so
because of
interesting.
TikTok.
Funny.
And then there's like a new social media thing now that's like MySpace, and you can customize your page and everything. It's literally a MySpace ripoff.
I feel like
And-
every so often somebody tries to recreate MySpace, and it's like you can never
But
recreate.
yeah, it was just
MySpace.
it was just that spark, that magic, that
Because like the first,
Je
like
ne sais
yeah,
quoi.
aside from like Friendster, but MySpace was it, like the thing that everybody had for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I didn't like when it went over to Facebook. I wasn't a fan.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I was like, eh. Yeah, even now I deleted my Facebook. I was like, eh.
I know I need to delete all my shit. I'm pretty soon I'm going to delete my Instagram, especially now that you can't screenshot videos anymore. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I got the notification. Yeah, so apparently on the newest version, it's like more difficult to screenshot or I don't know. I haven't tried it. I just got a notification like after I posted.
know
Well, you know
how
what?
many-
We should try it. I'll send you like a picture and we'll see what it does. Imagine
Yeah.
it just deletes your TikTok or your Instagram account. Like,
You fucking asshole. How dare you?
we're gonna lose all 3 followers
Right.
for the Dao Dazed.
No, I'm just pissed because you know how many dudes like send me videos and I'm just like, I'm screenshotting that. Thank you.
why don't they just do like what Snapchat does, where it just tells you that
Yeah,
people
right.
screenshot it?
Oh no! The moment that we get notifications that stories are screenshotted, I'm done. I'm over with.
Yeah, we'll try it out. We'll try it out right now. As a matter of fact, we talked about we're not going to get paid for any of this. So just a heads up. Don't freak out. This is
Not yet.
This is not a specific advertisement. Are you going to pay us, Yasmin? Because you're going to be the first plug. So-
Oh, I didn't know I was the first plug.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Oh, what's the plug?
I was like, the money's just going to go for me.
what are we plugging?
No, so yeah, because the technology and the amount that these cameras film, and obviously it's a really good quality. It tends to cameras overheat a little bit. So instead of just making it an awkward transition in the middle of like an interesting conversation, me and Yasmin and Andy, we talked about just kind of doing like a plug. So if you guys are interested in that, if you guys just obviously we don't require any money or anything like that. The only thing we ask is that it's a legit product or whatever you're plugging, right? So don't try to scam people or anything like that.
We're not selling an MLM.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not selling
So
your fucking.
Herbalife, stay the fuck away.
We're
Yeah.
not selling your essential oils.
Right.
Right? Or we're not selling your Cutco knives or whatever it is.
Hey, I have a pair. They're really good. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so whatever, if you guys want us to talk about something, but today for the first one, we're going to talk about Yasmin's, what's your at for Instagram?
Aesthetics by Yasmin
Aesthetics by
is my
Yasmin.
esthetician business page on Instagram.
There you go.
As I've referenced before many times on the podcast, I offer facials. Izzy, no comments, please.
I didn't say anything.
Keep this a serious moment.
Chemical peels.
Yeah, all types of
waxings.
stuff. I'm
Yep.
located in Pomona, right here in the good old Inland Empire.
Yeah, and I'll make this a separate clip, and then I'll make sure to add your at on the bottom. Or actually maybe even, I'll do something.
Tag the
that's
page.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to go. I'm telling you. We had a thing scheduled, but Yasmin decided to catch COVID, even though it's not real, and we had to cancel.
Yeah, I almost died, but it's fine. It's no big
God,
deal.
I hope you're happy.
She's alive and well. She's sneezing a little bit because I have 2 cats and a dog, but
Yeah.
other than that, yeah. If you guys are interested in scheduling an appointment, make sure to add her, message her, whatever you guys need.
Any
as far
skincare
as,
concerns?
Yeah, skincare stuff. Yeah, if you have a fancy date coming up, you want your skin to look flawless.
Oh, yes. Any pictures?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Any
but
dates, especially.
yeah, but then you said also like don't do it the day of, right? So you want to do a couple days before.
If you're like doing like a wedding or like taking pictures, you definitely want to do it like a few days before.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes people get like some redness during the facial and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like options, and some people even just come just to like relax. It doesn't have to be like you have to get like a chemical peel or something
maybe
crazy.
a little facial massage. I know you gave me one, and I was like,
well, I'm
There
glad
you
you
go.
liked it.
Well, there you go. So if you guys are interested, but just hang tight. We'll be right back.
I didn't know you were a Swiftie.
I'm not a Swiftie at all. She has like 3.
She's got some bangers. I'll give her that.
I'll give her. She has like a handful, but for me to like listen to her whole discography, no, thank you.
I actually really like her older stuff, like her country stuff.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. With those teardrops all over your guitar.
A lot of my TikTok feed lately has been freaking scary stuff. So a couple
Isn't
things.
that always your TikTok feed?
I think so. I don't know. I don't particularly enjoy it in the way that I'm like, ooh, excited to watch it, but it's one of those things of like,
you can't swipe away.
Yeah.
Even though it freaks you out, I'm like, yeah.
And then more recently, I have a friend. She posted something like on her, and this was actually her. This is like actually my friend that posted it. She has a Ring camera and something like, there was like a figure, and it was like nighttime, so the figure was kind of like white and looked like I guess you could kind of say like a kind of a clothed person.
Okay.
Like they definitely weren't nude or anything like that. But yeah, you see them passing by and they just kind of fade into like nothingness.
How interesting.
And this was like outside of the house?
Yeah, like right outside. She's like, "Oh, my cat started kind of acting up like around the door," and then so I looked at my ring thing, and then it just kind of like, I'll show you afterwards too. Yeah, this is.
I don't know if I want to see.
I want to see it.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. It's nothing crazy in that like. It's not. She's not specifically trying to scare you, so that helps, right? It's just. Yeah. She just happened to show it. Like, oh, look at this. Like, I was like, damn. And then I've been watching. I don't know. I watched this channel. I think it's more on YouTube. But they were talking about the sighting of like kids with like no eyes.
Black-eyed kids.
Yeah, black-eyed kids. Have you seen this?
No. What's that?
So the way I guess the initial story that it tells you about it is like there was a guy, and he's like driving and he like stops at a light or something like that, and this kid comes up to his car and asked him. He was like, "Oh, can we get a ride?" And he was like, like, are you, like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? Like, why do you need a ride?" And then another kid comes up behind him, and out of nowhere, he gets like this crazy feeling that he's in trouble. So he just fucking drives away. But even before he drove away, my bad, he said that when the kids looked up at him, because they had like hoods on, when they looked up at him, they said they either had black eyes or no eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and that freaked him out, and he peeled out. But apparently, these sightings are kind of common to see. Like,
what if they're just like poor homeless kids who like are
Right.
blind or something? And then he's like, "Oh fuck, these creepy ass kids," and he
beats
just
the
like
shit out
peels
of
off.
and like opens the door on them and shit. Just the.
I like. I want to start talking about creepy shit when we're doing a late night recording.
I mean, that's the
most
point,
of our
right?
time. Most of our recordings have been done during the day, just so everyone knows. And then now that
The
we're
one
moving
late
to
ass
night,
podcast that we're doing.
literally right now it's like way past. Well, it's a Saturday, so it's usually I'm already in bed right now. It's 10:40 p.m. 20:40 for those in military time.
Yeah.
With those usually I'm already gone home by this time. I'm already asleep at this time. So we're doing a late night recording because Izzy's updating to a new schedule, and on Saturdays I don't have a life and I don't work tomorrow, so I can stay up as late as I want to. I don't care what you say, Mom. And now that we're here late at night, in the middle of San Bernardino, you want to bring up these crazy ass conversations.
Saying, these are
no, and then it's funny because speaking of TikTok, like on my feed, I've been getting like these edits of like they're I think it's so interesting that people, that's a really cool talent to have or to learn how to do is like making edits of videos,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like this one. It's like this whole page I found. It's like the time machine broke, and you're stuck during the like whatever Cretaceous period or whatever period in time.
Yes, those are
and it just shows,
creepy.
and it just shows as a weird like animal like jungle background noise, and then it just shows you like dinosaurs like that were around during that time.
That's pretty sick.
And it's like we would not have survived that. Like it's super interesting.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Like, have you seen that video where it talks about, it has the audio of like what a T-Rex probably sounded like?
Oh yeah, and then they were saying that it wouldn't even roar; it would make like a
Yeah.
rumble. So you would like feel, you would feel it before you wouldn't even hear it. It'd just be, imagine just feeling something like that, like vibrating, and it's like, oh, you're fucked.
Like one of like probably the land's like tallest predator or whatever. But then they have weird theories on the T-Rex or even
how
dinosaurs
they're
in
covered
general.
they thought they were covered in feathers.
Yeah, because they were saying like, I was watching one where it was talking about like if they like they were like they showed the structure of the skeletal structure of a rabbit, and they were like, if we found this, we would assume it looked like this, and it looked creepy as fuck. It looked weird, but it was like, in fact, this is a rabbit.
But
So,
because
like-
they're not accounting the fur, they're not accounting the
Correct. Yeah. Like
and like with birds too, like we don't know how their feathers were placed.
correct.
So
Yeah.
you would think they would look all crazy, and
So the theory is like a lot of these dinosaurs are completely covered in feathers, but we don't think of it that way because we just looked at the skeletal structure and goes, oh, it might have looked like this or whatever. But
yeah.
Well, wasn't a lot of it too is because a lot of people thought that like for a long time like dinosaurs were more descendants of like reptiles, but now it's like
Yes.
they're more closely related to
birds,
birds. Yeah.
yeah. But even like, yeah, because even the audio of that like T-Rex that said it probably sounded like this. It almost sounded like like a chicken, honestly.
Yeah.
Like but it was instead of
scary ass chicken.
yeah.
It would be super interesting if we ever have the technology. I don't think we'll have the technology during our lifetime, but just to be able to see a flashback of Earth at any point in time where we weren't able to document it, just to see.
Or even like animals during the Ice Age. We're around during the Ice Age, so yeah, like saber-tooths and woolly mammoths and stuff like that. Giant sloths, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
or giant
yes.
sloths before that. Okay, yeah.
Yes. No, but it's just because I think we base our ideas on things that we know, how we
Yeah.
know things, like whenever they paint or whenever they do artistic renditions of dinosaurs,
Yeah.
we draw them in natural colors, like a color that we would see on a crocodile or
Yeah.
a lizard
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. And it's like, how do we, there was no way for us to know that they weren't like vivid or, or just to see like plants, different colors of plants, I think it would be a lot more vibrant than we think it is now.
Yeah. I remember seeing like a picture of fucking what's the thing that like
A vagina.
No, that too. I haven't had Arby's in a while. No, ferns. Like ferns were pretty much
ancient. They're
ancient ferns, and that's pretty much what petroleum and all that is made out of. It's like just fucking ferns and like just piles and just over millions of years they just die and they become.
And then they didn't like a lot of things didn't rot for a long, long time until bacteria found a way how to break it down. But could you imagine just like piles and piles and piles of leaves that wouldn't rot? That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I eventually do, then become not oil. That's what it becomes. Yeah.
Or like those bodies they find in the peat bogs that are like perfectly preserved. Like
those are
crazy.
creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, and where?
In the peat bogs in like the UK, it's basically like, isn't it just like natural material? Like I think it's on the way of becoming oil. And it's just like all this plant matter. It's basically compost.
It's like the perfect mixture so it can like preserve.
Damn.
And they found like bodies that are like thousands of years old. And then when they pulled them out, they legit thought that they were like recent. And then they were like, hey, they're not wearing clothes that we would wear, So that's when they were like,
shit. Damn, that's interesting. Well, even like mummifications,
like how did they figure
weird
this shit
technology,
out? Like stuff like that, like the pyramids. I know they all say it's all aliens and stuff, but it's like stuff like that, like ancient, the Colosseum, Machu Picchu. Like how much ingenuity did that take? Like, and this is not like they could just be like, oh, well, I could just get a contractor to build it out. Like
now I can't function without using TikTok to find
thank
a recipe.
you.
I can't imagine.
without having TikTok in the background.
I can't imagine having to build a fucking Coliseum.
Or even like the fact that I think they were saying when they built the pyramids, like the Sphinx was already there and it was already old as fuck.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah.
it's like, yeah.
To the ancient Egyptians, some of the periods were old already. They were their ancient history.
Isn't there like a crazy fact that like while the it's like while the pyramids were being built, like there was another important historical thing going on the other side of the world, but it's like crazy because you wouldn't have thought they existed at the same time. I'm gonna see if I can find this.
I wonder. I know they have stuff like that. Like, what's like the other crazy one? Dragons is like another weird
like
fucking
every
thing.
culture has like
Every
some sort
culture
of
has
dragons.
some version of a dragon. So it's like, wait, like even people that had nothing to do with each other. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I mean, it's probably what, like, I don't know. Wasn't there like a horror movie that came out not too long ago about like it was like ancient times or whatever? It's like fucking early man and shit. And
Oh, I saw one like that.
was it good? Because I like the premise
where it
of
was like cavemen, basically.
yeah. And they were dealing with some,
It was okay.
Okay.
It was it was a very interesting concept for sure.
Was
Yeah.
it the one? Was it? And they were like spoken a different language.
Yes.
I
So
think
the
I saw it
concept was
too.
basically like they were like, I don't know what time period, but like
Yeah.
cavemen era people and
Yeah.
all this, like, it's almost hard to explain what happens in the movie without like spoiling it. But
yeah.
they're
Do you
being
remember?
basically this like family is like traveling and they're
Yeah.
being attacked by something.
So it was the one I watched. I liked
Yeah.
it. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it sounds like a really badass premise. Because I don't know.
How did people figure out how to make fur into leather? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that damn fact.
now I can't watch anything without someone playing a little game of Subway Surfer underneath.
No, but like, yeah, I like the idea of all these stories. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I really like that. Because if you really think about it, like, you know, we're kind of still, I mean, we're pretty good at it now, but like classifying like new species and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, like early on, you know, like I think I was watching a critique of I think the new Gladiator movie.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it, but apparently there's a scene with like sharks. Like they put
Yes, I saw people complaining about that.
yeah, and they were saying they're like the ancient Romans probably didn't even know sharks existed. Like, and I was like, that's a crazy fact.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the fact that you wouldn't know that, you know, like you know, for whatever reason.
Well, that's
I
like,
swear they had fishermen societies.
but like not to like that far in the ocean, I don't think. And like, I don't think there's a lot of sharks off the coast of like Italy.
Yeah, like, are you catching any of these?
That's more
you know
like
what I mean?
because what that's
Yeah.
which ocean? That's right there.
Isn't it the Mediterranean? It's
The
warm.
Mediterranean Sea.
No? Isn't
Yeah.
it warm over there? I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what sharks like.
Well, there's sharks here, like in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's
I
over
don't
there.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Octopus.
Probably.
But then again, like if you're just if you're just like a regular Roman, like are you actually learning about these things? You know,
Right.
Like, you know.
Well, what's crazy too is imagine like being like, I don't know, someone exploring and like you go to Africa for the first time and you see like a lion and you have no idea and you're like, oh my god, this giant cat.
Or not
Yeah.
even a lion, like an okapi. What if you see like a
Something crazy.
Or like, I feel like it would freak people. Like if I were to see like an orangutan, and you didn't know what it was, I feel like it would, because it looks human almost,
Yeah.
but it's not human, and I feel like that would trigger something.
But
you
that's
know?
but that's what I mean though. It's like, you know, during this time of like classifying these species, like to like Native Americans, let's say, like there was no difference between a bear and like let's say a Wendigo. For them, it was just a species that they deal with. We actually, I was actually thinking about the story the other day. I might have told the story on the podcast one time. But I ever tell you guys, I had a friend. He slept over at my house. And he was crashing down at my place, and we had the same nightmare. I told you guys about that.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
That's it. I feel like if I had a sync nightmare with someone, I'd be like, I'm not spending the night here ever again.
What was the nightmare again?
So he was.
Was that the one with like the? Okay, no, you go.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he saw like a Wendigo.
Yes.
Yeah, like he was because Wendigos are like they're hooved and shit, and they're like half beasts or whatever the fuck it is. Or you can even say it was like a fucking not a Wendigo. What are the witches called in Native American folklore or culture?
I'm not sure.
They're shapeshifters.
Oh, they are.
Skinwalkers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, skinwalkers. So like he kind of saw like a Wendigo skinwalker type of thing. But anyway, so he woke up and kind of where he sleeps like at his feet, it was like the door to like my restroom. and I think it was like left open or whatever. He dreamt that it was left open, and that he looked, and it was like pretty much on the floor looking at him, and it had like red eyes. And he said you could see kind of like that it was kind of like half man, half fucking beast, and he said he saw hooves. And my nightmare was that somebody was like banging on the door really, really loud, and that I was like, damn, like, should I get this fucking door? And then I was like, no, I don't want to get it. And I remember I looked under the door and I saw something standing on hooves. So, like I said, it wasn't exactly the same nightmare, but similar.
Close enough.
Yeah.
And that's a weird coincidence.
Right, yeah.
And you guys weren't watching a movie, like a Wendigo movie before bed?
I don't think we were. No. I think, no, we didn't. We weren't.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
To have the same nightmare as someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or similar in that way as well. I don't know. I've been all about the creepy stuff lately. So, I just had a thought the other day. Like, I don't know. I was watching like some scary stories, and I was sitting there. I was like, fuck, I don't want to get a nightmare. Then I made me think about that.
Well, now I'm scared I'm going to get a nightmare tonight.
Right.
Damn.
I don't want to get a nightmare, so I'm just going to bring it up.
But yeah. No, because I want to build up to like I want to do a scary podcast. So I've been like looking.
We
at
should.
stuff.
We
Yeah.
should.
And just talk about like
those.
different like
Yeah.
creatures and like mythology
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I got a scary story for Izzy. Women over 30.
Have you guys heard the theory about the Bloody Mary theory?
What? No, what is it?
no.
I'm telling you, I've been watching all this stuff. So apparently, So the story goes. I mean, if you guys don't know, obviously, when I was a kid, nobody would shut up about it. But it's like, if you look in the mirror, there's a story of Bloody Mary. If you look in the mirror and you say her name 3 times, that she appears to you. So you're supposed to have it like a dimly. You're supposed to have like a candle or like a flashlight, and that's how you're supposed to say the name 3 times. And they're saying that there's actually some fact to it, and that there's like a weird thing that happens when you can see your reflection in dim lighting for too long. Your face, the way you see your face, it starts to distort.
Oh.
Yeah. So the theory goes like that's what that actually comes from. It's actually like a weird phenomenon, and that's where that story comes from.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it so crazy? Like, I remember when we were kids, like, at sleepovers, we would, like, take turns going in the bathroom, and you'd have to go by yourself, and everyone would be standing outside of the door, like, listening to you while you did, like, Bloody Mary and, like, flickering the lights, and, like, every sleepover, we would just try to scare the fuck out of each other.
Damn. No, I
have such
never
vivid
did it.
memories of, like, doing that as a kid.
The hell?
You never did anything like that?
No, we never did anything like that. But it's so funny because
My friends were little misfits, I guess.
Right.
Damn.
The kids, I have 2 kids that I rent a room for someone. There's 2 kids there, and they try to act like they're little, tough little, and I'm gonna scare the fuck out of them one day because they're always saying stuff, and then I'm just gonna go because like they're afraid of the dark, and I don't give a shit. Like I already know my area, so I'm comfortable out there. You can turn the light off. I don't care. I have my flash. I have my phone on me, But I want to scare them. I want to put like a print out of something, like out of the window, and just like tap. And I'm telling you, I want to record it. I want to mess with them so bad.
You should.
They're pretty good. I mean, if you know your, you can fuck with somebody if you know your breaker.
Yeah.
Like your electrical box, like you could turn off certain lights in the room.
Yeah.
I saw like a fucking, I don't know if it was like a TikTok or a YouTube video.
When the dad did it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was like the little girls playing with the Ouija board upstairs, and he was
And
just
he's
down
like,
in the basement flickering the lights, and you just hear the girls
Screaming.
screaming.
Yeah, that's fucking traumatizing.
That would have
for
traumatized
sure.
me.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
I remember when I was younger, we used to always like try to prank like my sister, and
Yeah.
like we'd always try to like
Which
prank
one?
each other. Alyssa, obviously.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember one time we got her so good because I'm gonna have to ask her for the whole story.
Yeah.
But
We
I
need
think
to have her on as a guest.
I
Like,
know,
no
huh?
joke. I feel like she would be amazing.
I think we tried to tell her that like I think it was my ex-boyfriend was like missing.
Yeah.
Like he was over at the house, and I was like, I can't find. Like, have you seen him? Like, I don't know where he went. And she
Yeah.
just was like, no. And I was like, oh my god, I can't find him. I don't know where he went. Like I started freaking out. And then like we were in the backyard, and I was like,
Yeah.
help me look for him. And then I think like because our old house, we had like a really big backyard with like a fence, and
Yeah.
then you could hop over the fence, and there was like just more backyard, but it was kind of down a hill. And I think he was like hiding down the hill, and like he pretended. I don't remember if he pretended to like be a zombie or some stupid shit.
What the
I'm gonna have to ask her, but I just remember we got her so good.
You guys are just so fucked
I was
up.
like, this sounds bad.
Alyssa, I apologize.
Traumatizing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm holding space for that trauma, Alyssa. Just so you know.
I'm literally gonna call her tonight and be like, "Do you remember what it was that happened?"
Tell her
that
if she's
time
down
we
to do an
pranked you?"
episode.
Yeah. I'll tell her.
I feel like she'd be a super interesting guest. Speaking of interesting guests, should we bring on because I have so many people that ask me like, oh, I want to be on, and I'm just like, and I just like my thing, I'm like, number one, it's like, it's not my podcast. I can't approve anybody. But what I'm saying, my other thing is,
it
too,
is your
like,
podcast. I mean, you could give a
no. So I'm saying this now, so you can record it. You can use this in court against me. This is your baby. Dao Dazed is your baby. So I would never be like, if anything were to happen, I would never be like, no, I want 50% of this. Like, that's all. This is yours. All this is your baby.
If we ever made money, it's just gonna go to beer. Honestly,
I'm just saying it now. Like, I don't feel like I have the right.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have the right to be like, oh, this is how we should do things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I ask people, it's like, do you even feel comfortable being on camera? Because I know for sure when I first started doing this, I wasn't comfortable at all. And then now, like, even now I'm still not comfortable, but it's like whatever now. Like, I'm used to it now. I'm not overthinking things. I just flow, you know? And so, what am I ranting about? Oh, yeah. So would you ever consider, like, having, like, a like, do you want to be a guest thing that people can?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have a line of guests right now. This is the first time in a long time we've actually built enough momentum that we're consistently recording.
Oh, okay.
So, like, yeah, I have, like, a list of people that I do want on here. It's just
who do you have lined up?
We can edit this out later.
Yeah, if you need to.
Right.
No, well, on Beer on Doomsday, we wanted to get, his name is Jeff. He is the owner of...
My name's Jeff.
He's the owner of a card shop that I go play Magic at. Yeah.
Okay.
He owns it. He's one of those people, like, he's like a success story. Like, you meet him and, you know, he tells you about, like, how he started the business and all that. And
when he comes on, you have to do your "My name is Jeff" impression for him.
I'll just do the cat.
It's also an in-law family member. His name is Gio. You met Gio.
Okay, well, someone show me his Instagram later.
Right. Well, not me, but
I'm trying to think if you met him. No, you haven't met Gio.
And he's super nice too. He's super friendly, super funny.
Yeah, Gio's awesome. Yeah. The other one would be your sister.
Yeah.
Would be good on the
so we need to have
podcast.
Alyssa on here.
She'd be down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of other people from the top of my head. But yeah, we have a Josh. We got to get back on here.
I was gonna say.
I don't think we've had him on here since we started the video. No, we haven't. No. Because I just got the fourth camera a couple of months ago. So
the last episode he was on was like a Star Wars one we did with
like
Drew.
a couple
I
years
think.
ago,
Yeah, but
when
that
we
was
still
before
do.
we had the cameras.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get Josh on here. Yeah, a lot
We
of
need to
people.
do another episode with Drew too.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yes. Yeah. I like I said, I think a lot of it's just like building the momentum of, you know, this or whatever it is. Because like even today, I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I woke up slightly groggy from the night before from having a good time, and impulsively I was like, should we cancel? But I'm like, no, we have a good thing going right now. So, but yeah.
and then even through my trauma, I came through.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Izzy. Izzy picked me up.
Oh yeah, because he got a flat, but
2 flats.
damn. But yeah, so yeah, thank you if you guys are still watching this and you guys are still interested in the upcoming guests and all the episodes we have coming up. Crap, I was going to say something I completely fucking forgot. Now I'm just annoyed.
Something
What were we
about
talking about?
Guests,
What were we talking about
something
before this?
about
Scary
your
shit.
scary stuff, and you want to do the scary episode?
I do want to do the scary episode. For that, we can have Drew on here as well. Crap.
Something about me bullying myself.
Well, I just know, like, it's so funny that I was reading an article and it was basically saying how people think we're taught that basically the Puritans came to America because to express their freedom of religion. And basically they were like, no, these motherfuckers were the extremists. And they were like, okay, y'all can go the fuck over there and do their shit. So they think that the Pilgrims came because they were being persecuted. It's like, no, they wanted to do an extreme form of their religion. And they were like, we're not going to put up with this shit here. So
It makes sense. We need to do that now.
yeah.
We need to find a new undiscovered continent because
Take us to Atlantis.
I don't know. I feel like religion's starting to die out little by little. I feel like it's still
You think
there.
so?
okay, so I think the thing is because religion has been slowly declining for years now.
Yeah.
The people who are religious are like lashing out, and that's why we have, like, you know how they say it's like the silent minority or whatever,
yeah.
or excuse me, the loud minority, where it's like yes, more and more people are not like people aren't as religious today now as they were years ago. Yeah. But those people who are clinging on to it, and that's why what you mean. And that's why you have people in politics who are trying to force like prayer in schools and all these things because they're clinging on to that last because they know once people are like educated, that turns people away from religion. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I can see that. I also think it's because I don't know if you know, but like one of the fastest growing religions that's still growing is Islam. Mm-hmm. So Islam is like very prevalent, especially in Africa. So it's like you have this religion that's rising in numbers, and then Christianity is
declining.
Yeah, declining. So it is kind of like I imagine if you were a Christian that'd be a scary situation. But I don't know. Islam's a kind of an odd religion too, in the way we look at it, because we look at it as like so different, but it's not
really
very
different.
Similar.
There's not a,
and it's so funny that a lot of Christian people are like, oh, well, they're over there doing their what is it, the Sharia law. Motherfucker, what do you think you're
That's
trying
exactly what we're doing here.
Exactly.
You know what? It's so funny you say that because I saw like a tweet and it was like Christians think that Sharia law happening. Oh, fuck. How did they word it? They were like, basically, Christians think that what radical Christianity is doing to us now is what Sharia law was going to be doing to us.
And it's true. They think they're following the rule book. They're literally imposing religious stuff. And then look at Afghanistan now. Women can't talk to each other. That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah.
All I know is whenever some Handmaid's Tale shit goes down, you bitches better house me or something so I can hide from these people.
Let's go to...
What's the premise behind that?
God forbid I'm fertile. Actually, it's so funny because I literally just started the show.
Yeah.
It's a really good show, but basically the premise is it's set in like modern times, but it's because of due to pollution and like climate change and like environmental damage.
Wow.
Men and women slowly lose their fertility, I guess you could say. And so there's only a small percentage of people, particularly women, who are able to get pregnant. So in this like utopia, these women are basically like rounded up and impregnated by like important men, like higher up, like men in politics and men in charge of the military and that kind of stuff. And it's like these men they're married and they have a family, but their own wife can't get pregnant, so they have to bring in this other woman. But obviously it's involuntary. Like these other women don't want to be here. Right. They're forcibly removed from their families, from their homes, and they have to like. They're literally just there for the purpose of getting pregnant by these men.
Yeah, and then when the babies are born, they have to give it to the family?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's no longer there.
And then there's a very like strong like religious thing aspect behind it.
Absolutely.
And,
it's supposed to be like a Mormon thing, right?
I think it draws from a lot of different
I think it's
religions.
just I think it could be any religion because they're all...
Oh, no, my bad. No, that was my bad. I'm confusing it with Twilight. Whoops.
Speaking of Twilight,
no, because I know that was like one of the things in Twilight. It's like the imprinting stuff. It's like people. I don't know how long ago, but I know it'd be like men imprinting on like kids and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm surprised Bella and Edward didn't meet at one of those soda shops.
Yeah.
No, it's just so funny.
Yeah, but if you think, it literally happened in the movie. It's like he printed on a baby, and it was like,
yeah, but it wasn't weird or anything. No, but
that's the you know.
It's weird to us, but to them it wasn't weird. But it's so funny because I go through these TikTok accounts. I've never read Twilight. To be fair with you guys, I've never read Twilight. I've only seen the media, the films and stuff, right? But it's so funny when they go through like the book descriptions of the scenes and like the outfits they wear, and it's like this is Stephanie Meyer literally is like describing stuff. It's like this is so Mormon, like long jean skirts and then even like the wedding her wedding ring was so ugly.
Yeah.
I just feel like you would have a little more taste, a little more class, a little more, I don't know.
Yeah.
I recently watched actually I have multiple documentaries to bring up.
Oh,
but I recently watched that documentary on I think his name is Warren Jeffs, it was like an offset of Mormonism, and he had like
the Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, and like he had a cult, and he was like marrying. He had like 30 wives, and like half of them were 12.
Yeah.
Like, and eventually the FBI had to step in because they were
Yeah.
like, okay, you can have multiple wives, but you can't marry underage women.
Yeah.
And so what happened was like some of these women would run away because they were forced into teen weddings, and like
Yeah.
obviously their only purpose is to marry this man and get pregnant by him. So some
Yeah.
of them ran away, and then that's how people started finding out. It's wild.
Whoa,
It's
that's-
called like
So I mean, it makes more sense that the Handmaid's Tale thing was probably taken from.
I think
like,
it was influenced. I'm
Yeah.
sure it was influenced by Mormonism.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy to me because like a lot they were interviewing a lot of the women who like had firsthand accounts, and some of them were married to Warren Jeffs. Like,
Yeah.
so their account
they're
is
now,
just
like, adults and
interesting.
shit, and
yeah. And like one of them literally like was forced to marry him when she was like 15, and she was just
Yeah.
like telling her story about it, and it's just so crazy. And you know, obviously these women aren't allowed to be educated.
Yeah.
So one of them was saying that at one point, so not Warren Jeffs, but his dad, she was married to the dad. He had like 35 wives or something crazy like that. And she said every single night before bed, they would have to line up and kiss him. And she said that she was scared to kiss him. And she was like 18 at the time when she married him.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was scared to kiss him because she thought that that's how you got pregnant. And it's
Oh,
crazy
wow.
because like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
to grow up in that sheltered of an environment
That is
where as a
crazy, yeah.
grown ass adult, you think that you can get pregnant from kissing, and it's wild. It's a very interesting documentary. It's
Yeah. Does it know what it's called?
I think it's called like Keep Sweet,
Oh, okay. Damn.
because that was like his whole motto for the women. He was like, keep sweet.
Yeah. Damn.
Don't form an opinion. But another thing I was going to bring up
Yeah.
is the new John Benet Ramsey Netflix documentary. If either of you have watched it yet.
I don't have Netflix.
Oh, what?
You can borrow my
Who's
password.
that? What's that about?
Okay, so we're all familiar with the story of John Benet Ramsey.
Yes.
I am not.
She was the 6-year-old like beauty pageant girl who was murdered, and they never were able to figure out who did it.
Oh, wow.
You'd
No.
if you saw a picture of her, you'd recognize. It's a very famous case.
Gotcha.
I think it was in California, right? Or no?
I don't know
No.
where.
It was in Colorado. It was in Colorado. So this little girl who was like super famous for doing beauty pageants.
Yeah.
Was like murdered in her house, and the parents found her, and she was fucking like tied up, right?
Yeah.
In the basement. And just like the time span in which everything happened was kind of weird, right? Because it was like the family was home the whole time while this happened. And then there was a ransom note that was found, and the ransom note was like asking for money.
Yeah.
So they found the ransom note before they found her in the basement, and then they immediately called the police. And then afterwards was when they found her in the basement. But like this was all within like a very short time frame.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the time from which she was like murdered to the police coming to them finding the ransom note. So there's been a lot of theories for years because they were
Yeah.
they never have convicted anyone, right? Or
Yeah.
proved anyone. But for years people thought it was the parents. People thought it was the brother. There was all these crazy conspiracy theories. But it's very interesting because the more true crime you watch,
Yeah.
the more you realize things are unsolved solely because of police negligence.
Yes.
Damn.
So it's so crazy because
Yeah.
they're interviewing the dad. Well, the mom passed away. She died like 20 years ago. She died a long time ago. And the brother, because he was like blamed for her death for a
Yeah.
long time, he refuses to be on camera because he's just like over it.
Yeah.
But the dad was on it, and they were interviewing him, and it's just very interesting because the police came in and they just were immediately trying to pin it on the parents, right? Because as cops, it's like, okay, you're assigned to a case, you
Yeah.
want to solve the case, and it looks bad if you don't solve the case, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it's like the murder of a 6-year-old girl. And like other detectives came in and they were like, there's a lot of evidence that it was not the parents and it wasn't like anyone in this family, that it was like an outsider.
yeah.
It's just so interesting. Like there's so much evidence that it was some like a stranger, or not. Maybe,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it could have been someone the family knew, but that it wasn't someone within the family.
Interesting.
It's really interesting. It's really good.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's...
And it's crazy because a lot of people thought that like the brother killed her, and he would have been like 10 at the time.
Yeah, so that's...
But like it's
yeah.
kind of crazy because she was also like sexually assaulted
Yeah.
when they did like her autopsy and everything, and like
Yeah.
they really like, I mean, he was just 10 years old, you know.
Yeah.
And like there's no way he was strong enough to like do a lot of this stuff.
You
like,
said she was like tied up and stuff?
yeah, she was like tied
Yeah.
up. And then they even found like DNA in her underwear, and they and like it matched no one in the family. Like they couldn't get a match for it. I
wonder if they have a copy of it still.
They do. So a lot of people are. The dad was saying in the interview that he wants to like reopen the case and he wants to submit the DNA again because a lot of crimes have recently been resolved because of a lot of people do the fucking 23andMe. So a lot of things have like recently been resolved, and so he's wanting to submit it to like that database or whatever, so that they can find maybe even someone who's related to whoever it is, which is also a crazy thing that's like happening right now.
Yeah,
do you see that thing on TikTok with a lady and her grandma?
I don't know.
I guess like she did the 23andMe thing, and then someone hit her up and was like, "Hey," she thought it was a scam. She was like, "Hey, can I contact you?" And basically try to get her to do another DNA test. And then she was like, "I don't know who you are." So she stopped like communicating with her. And then like one of her cousins like hit her up and was like, "Hey, the police is here. This lady called me, like call her back." And so she called the lady back, which is the lady that first tried to call her. And she was like, "Hey, well, we got your DNA test from, I think it was like 23andMe. It ran a match. It was a match, like a relative match to like a cold case murder we have. Do you mind submitting a DNA again?" So she did it, and then they showed that it was like a distant relative. So they were like, "Hey, do you have like, would your mom be willing to do a DNA test too?" And so her mom submitted a DNA test, and there was like that showed it was a direct relative of whoever it was. And yeah, it ended up being her grandma, and her grandma got arrested for some sort of, I guess it was like super like famous in their area. And her grandma got arrested for the murder. I guess she murdered some sort of, I don't know if it was a child or something, but it literally happened like 20, 30 years ago. And they had the DNA on file, and
there's a lot of cases that have been happening like that. Yeah, because people are willingly submitting their DNA to these databases.
Well, especially like let's say someone like me or anyone in this room, if I were to go like do a DNA test, I would have no problem doing that, because it's like, I'm not doing weird shit. I'm not murdering anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're doing, and especially you grow up with your family, you're like, oh, like you think the best of them. You know what I'm saying? You would never be like, oh, my grandma's a fucking murdered somebody. You know? So you're doing this to be like, oh, I'm trying to find out more about us, about me, about the family, and then just to be like, oh, like
I got a friend that did it because she swore like she's like super not Mexican because she's like light skinned, and I think she thought it was going to come back and be like, oh, European, I'm like, and she was like super fucking Mexican. So it's like, poor thing.
Is this someone I know?
No.
Oh, thank God.
My dad did one. He was just curious, because it's interesting too, because DNA tests actually can vary a good amount, like sibling to sibling.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was, but one of his siblings did it, and then he did it. And it's like, it's just interesting the way that your genetics are like divided up.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple things. He was like, I don't know, like a small percentage French. And I was like, oh, I didn't know we were French. But obviously he was a mix of various white countries.
Yeah.
I don't remember his exact like results, but it is interesting.
Yeah.
No, you're right about especially the how you said the DNA breakup, because you would think like we're all related, so brother and sisters, that we should all have the same.
You think it's like 50-50.
Exactly.
Like you're the same.
Or even if you're a mix of things, it would literally be the breakup would be exactly, and it's like, or everything would be the same, and it's like, no, it's not. I feel like I have some black in me, and I've had black in me, but
I feel like I'd get some like Middle Eastern countries for sure. Yeah.
I would be curious to know like the exact percentages.
Didn't 23andMe just get like shut down or something though? Or aren't they like, hey bitch, we're done? One of the DNA companies, I think it was 23andMe. They're like, yeah, bitch, we sold all your information. Bye, y'all. Well, that was a crazy part. That's a crazy part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they got sued and they had to shut down?
No, I think they were just like, we ran out of money. Bye. We sold all your information. Good luck.
Well, yeah, that's how everyone's getting caught now, is because that information's out there. And it's kind of so funny though that these people are like willingly submitting their DNA.
Well, their families are willing.
And then it's like your second cousin is getting caught for like murdering someone. Like, that's wild. Or it's like with AI, like people fuck around and use those AI filters, and it's like you're training the AI without even realizing
Snapchat since the beginning. Yeah. That damn rainbow barf emoji, that little dog emoji, that was the beginning of it.
And they're like, We're not selling your information, but you know they fucking
and the
are.
captchas too. The little captchas when they be like write out these random letters. We've been training AI for years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so, and it's like you don't even realize it because you're just like, oh, I want to see what I would look like if I went to high school in the 80s.
Right. And baby, why did you just clock my tea? Because every time I do it, I send it to you. I literally, on Snapchat, they have those filters, and I send it to you. And now I'm going to stop sending them because. No, just kidding. But yeah.
I just think it's funny.
I think we're definitely headed toward like an episode of like Black Mirror.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting.
Well, I'm sorry not to interrupt you, but I keep seeing all these TikToks of like kids in high school, and they're like, "Damn, how did I function without Chat GPT?" And it's like these people are the future of our fucking.
You know, honestly,
these people are writing entire essays and like getting by. I mean, obviously with COVID, like online school, everybody was fucking.
Well, the
cheating.
crazy one is like doctors, right? Like
these are our future doctors who are using Chat GPT to get their doctorate,
and even fucking Rate My Professor and stuff like that. Like, motherfucker, like took all the easy classes. Yeah, hopefully they make those tests fucking harder because that stuff is important.
And it's just crazy, like the stuff with AI. I just think it's interesting. I don't like using it, but instead of using AI to do like the tasks like that no one else wants to do, like and have us do the creative stuff, they're doing the opposite. They're having humans do the stuff that no one wants, that we don't want to do.
Have you seen that terrible Coke AI?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, so they literally made the Coke. I think, didn't I talk about it?
I think so,
on Thanksgiving, yeah. And it was terrible. And it's like you could tell, and you could tell. I don't know what it is. Something about the AI, the way it generates things, you could tell right away. It's AI. You could tell it's just like there's something weird. I don't know if it's like some sort of like.
It's like the uncanny valley.
Yeah. And even like when you generate pictures, like right away, it's like, I don't know, they add a certain gloss or something to it. And it's like, this is AI right away. You can tell right away.
Yeah, but it's still early on, you know? Like, imagine in like 20 years.
Not even imagine next year. Like, they're already coming out with crazy stuff.
No, but I meant like, I don't know.
In 20 years, there will be a video of Hillary Clinton herself typing out those emails, and then all the Trumpers will be like, "See, there's proof."
Oh, that's what I didn't tell you guys about. So I wanted to update you guys with my mom and YouTube.
What was the first update?
Is that she's watching YouTube, and then she's like watching like fucking, I don't know, angels and stuff like that. She's
I remember that.
But the funny thing is, I didn't know she has a YouTube account and she's been leaving comments.
Oh my god!
What kind of comments has she been leaving?
So she says like she's been watching people dance, and she's like, "Oh, like I like when they're really good dancers." So I'll go on there, I'll be like, "Hey, really good job, really good dance," and all that. I was like,
"That's so nice, though."
I know. I was like, "What the hell?" My mom's on YouTube leaving comments and shit. I thought it was funny.
Has she shown you any of these?
No, she hasn't.
Has she ever left any nasty, negative comments?
That's what she told me. She's like, "No, a lot of people leave really bad ones, and I don't believe in that. I just want to leave good comments."
That's my thing too, because I think we all have that little devil on our shoulder. Because I see sometimes I go through my TikTok and I just want to leave like the nastiest, meanest comment, and it's just I just think about it and it's just like, what good am I doing?
My mom will argue with strangers on Facebook.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially if it's political.
Oh, maybe that.
My mom will read them for filth.
And I just don't even like doing that because, and no shade to Shani at all, but it's just like you're literally speaking to a wall.
Yeah.
No matter, you could literally prove to them, exactly that what they're saying is not true, and they still will not accept it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know who wins those? You know, the people with the most amount of likes. That's who wins those.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so let Shani know so we can start I'll go like.
I know. Just
I'll go like and make multiple accounts.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like debating on that like over the internet's like really bad. I feel like it's like similar like arguments about religion. It's like nobody ever changes their fucking mind. It's you believe what you
and
believe,
that's why that's what I tell people, like whenever they want to talk about religion and stuff like that, and it's like, I'm not going to change your mind and you're not going to change mine. Like, why even bother? Why even bother getting upset? Because I'm not going to get upset. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're going to get upset and you're going to get mad. So there's no point. I don't want to get it like this. And it's just, I just don't know. What is it with religious people that it literally bothers them to their core that people don't believe in God?
It's like, because they're on a mission to save you.
And it's crazy.
That's their life's purpose.
Like when someone tells me that they're religious, I'm not over there, oh, you're a fucking stupid piece of shit. I'm like, oh, like whoop-de-doo, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like religious people don't bother me. It's when they start trying to justify things, and I'm just like, bitch, shut the fuck up. That the Bible is what you go by. You live by that. I don't give a fuck about what that book has to say.
Yeah.
So get the fuck out of my face. But it's just like literally, you tell someone you're not religious, and it's like you told them you sacrifice babies. You know what I'm saying? It's just
because in their mind you might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to get those abortions right now.
People never, I don't know. I feel like people used to ask me, but maybe they just kind of give up to it.
Well, they saw the tattoos and they're like, yeah,
I was
he's definitely going to hell.
I know. I think somebody knocked on me the other day. I was like, fucking Jehovah's Witness or something like that. They were like,
here
in your
Yeah.
apartments.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend. Speaking of people coming at your door, my friend lives in these really nice apartments in Murrieta, and he said that he got harassed by the damn Kirby Vacuums people. And I told him he needs to go complain to his fucking the manager, because I would be pissed if I was in my apartment that I paid good money for, and these people came soliciting at my door.
We got Mormons one time in our gated community, and I was like, yeah, we have to pay for the fucking HOA. How the hell did they get in here?
Exactly. I would be pissed.
It's a gated community.
I would be pissed. You live in a gated community?
Yes.
Not the HOAs. Dude, I've been watching a lot of those videos too, like HOA people like overstepping their boundary. Like there was one where like a guy was pissed because they changed their locks, and he was trying to get into their house. He's like, "You guys aren't allowed to change these locks." I was like, "Dude, you're lucky you're not getting shot right now, dude." Like, you just,
I think a lot of those. Well, I think a lot of those videos are just rage bait. That's why, like now, like I don't know if you guys saw the teeny. She made her mac and cheese.
Yes.
And then these girls were like, "We made your mac and cheese recipe, and we spent $150, and it was trash." Block. I'm blocking. Like whenever I see people that are intentionally rage bait, it's what you want is the views. What you want is the content. You want people to comment and engage. Baby, I'm blocking you. I don't give a fuck. Like before, I never used to block people, but then the whole block thing happened on like we have to block celebrities or not have to, but just because it's true. Like every time a Kardashian's running on my Instagram feed, they're getting paid off of that. Bitch, you're not getting no fucking penny. You're not getting a single penny off of me anymore. Block. I'm blocking all that shit. So anyone I see intentionally rage baiting, or even like now I see someone, they leave a comment and it pisses me off. Block, block. And I'll literally go through to the Instagram. Block. I'm telling you, it's like I'm not.
I don't think I ever get celebrities on my feed at all. Get like,
Yeah, you get
Not
women
on anything.
yeah, no, it's a lot of scary stuff, but
We just live in very different worlds, Izzy.
I know. I was gonna say, I don't get like Kardashians or nothing like that.
No, and then like
hey, nobody's camera's overheating, right?
No.
Don't have the little
No.
on
orange icon?
TikTok, have you seen the Josh and his mom?
Yes. There's no fucking way that's not rage bait at this point.
So like I'm telling you, I'm block. Like that shit pisses me off.
At first I kind of believed it, but now I'm like, there's no fucking way.
And then what upsets me, it's like there's so many people, and not just in America, all across the world, that have food insecurity. They don't have like a safe place to eat, or even they don't have any food to eat, guaranteed food to eat. And it's like you're literally waste all this food for what? Like you're disgusting. You both should be executed. I believe that 100%. And it's block.
Wait, what happened? What are these people doing?
It's like a mom and son, and she just makes the most disgusting food. Like does like mac and cheese with like American cheese slices.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. What's
like
their
that.
name?
It's Josh and something.
Oh, I have
right?
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit pisses me off. Like you waste food. There's people around the world that are starving that don't have any food to eat, and you're just throwing food away. It's just that pisses me off. I block stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I've been holding it in too. Just so you know, Yasmin.
I was gonna.
You're not the only one doing Kegels over here.
the door cracked because now I'm scared.
All right, I'll be right here.
You're Ryder.
Oh my God, Ryder's gonna sacrifice some furs.
A Ryder is gonna run.
Izzy. Do you need a pee too?
No, I'm just gonna shut off the cameras for 2 seconds. No,
okay.
I'm sure it'll go fine.
You know what's another scary thought?
What?
Just knowing like how COVID came and ruined the world. That there's some bacteria out there or virus that can just come and like devastate us again.
I think the crazy thing is how viruses look. Have you
Yeah,
ever seen them?
they look like robots almost.
Yeah, like there's no way. Like
bacteria looks like very amoeba-like, like very
Well,
like
it's
circular
it's like that
round.
episode
Dude.
of Jimmy Neutron where they're all like little robots, and then
Yeah,
they
that's what
attack
viruses
people.
look like.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it's just crazy because it's like there's no way like God's not real and God fucking doesn't hate us because that shit is like that shit looks like it's fucking like you know what I mean? Like
I saw this there's like this TikTok going around or like a tweet or whatever, and it was like, how can you not believe in a God? And it was like a video just showing like the joints and the muscles and the bones and you know how everything is like works together or whatever. And someone replied and was like, if your brain knew that you had eyeballs, it would immediately try to eliminate them.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, isn't it so crazy? Like how your body just attacks itself. Like if you're like, isn't that there's a certain eye disease where it's literally like your brain is aware of the fact that you have eyeballs, and so it tries to destroy them, and that's what causes people to go
Damn, that's
blind.
crazy, yeah.
It's like a certain type of eye disease,
Damn, that's nuts.
but it's like, bitch, a peanut can kill you,
Yeah.
and you think that the human body is a perfect, flawless design.
Yeah, no. It's the very, very flawed. I mean, it's very evolved in a lot of ways too, but and yeah, I think the crazy one for me is like when I think about the human body is like dreams. It's like it's still not understood why we dream,
Yeah,
like almost at all. And it's like, but then again, like there's always a reason behind something with the human body, like you know whether it's fucking ancient or whatever it is, like some weird instinct. But it's not clear why we dream. I think yawning too is like another one. Like it's not really known why we yawn. But yeah.
And there you go. You just had to get it because they're super contagious.
you just had to say the word, and
You
it
yawned,
did it.
really?
Yeah, I
That's
turned
funny.
off camera,
What
so
if I say
nobody
the
else
word
would catch it.
orgasm? I'll have what she's having.
Orgasm. I think about that scene from Matrix where he gave that girl the orgasm from the cake.
The one was it with the super gay French guy?
Yeah, him. Yeah, he like programs the fucking orgasm or whatever.
Oh my god, it's crazy that if this is all a sim, if this is all simulation, like bitch, make better choices, bitch. Get me the fuck out of here.
I don't think I've heard that theory. Then they were saying like, oh, it's almost they're almost certain this is some type of simulation, but it's like no, it's too janky. It's like there's too many flaws with it, you know.
So yeah, it's an imperfect simulation, it's like every video game we play.
I'm a Christian. I don't believe in any of that.
Thank
nonsense.
you, thank you.
No, I don't know. I think that like people's, I don't know, like if you were like, I don't know, God's real, then it's like, yeah, it's probably in some weird way, but like it's not what you think it is. It's not like some bearded guy. You know what I mean?
A bearded white man.
A bearded white man that like likes Americans and
He has like an American accent.
has an American accent and protects people playing football or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's always my favorite when I see
like
sports. It's like, oh, just want to thank God made this happen. I'm like, really? You think God made you win? Like, out of all the things God could do with His infinite power. Like,
No, the worst is like when people come out of a surgery
yeah,
and they're like, thank God for saving my son's life. And it's like, well, the doctor was the one who, and the surgeons. I mean, you can thank God too, but I feel as though you should include them in your little thanks speech as well.
yeah,
They went through years and years of medical training.
Yeah.
And
right. There's like a religion that doesn't like let doctors do their thing, right? I can't remember.
Isn't that Jehovah's Witnesses?
yeah, they
don't
do
allow, like, blood transfusions?
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. See, like that's
And
that's
probably
fucking
what, like no
assholes.
vaccines either.
I don't even know. I don't fuck with those people.
Imagine if you were a child and you had to get like something happened to you, like you would be dead
Yeah.
because you wouldn't have been able to get a blood transfusion.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's why Selena died. Because she was a JW, and they didn't want to give her a blood transfusion.
Selena?
The one that
Really?
got shot in the back.
Yeah. What? I didn't know that lore.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And then now, what they do now, they use like plasma. So that's like using even more blood than a regular blood transfusion would use. Because I guess for some reason that's allowed, but not like the red blood cells. And it's just like, so you guys don't donate blood. And you guys are wasting even more blood if you guys just, instead of just being like, hey, let's just get a blood transfusion. I don't know. People are just
That's
lost
what I'm
and
saying.
confused. Lost and confused.
Some of these things, it's like the coffee and soda. They both have caffeine.
Yeah.
But because
Yeah.
the Bible was written before soda, therefore they're like, well, it only mentions coffee.
Well, even the gay thing too. It's like, oh, it's only mentioned like twice in the Bible, but it's mentioned like fucking 10 times not to eat shellfish.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Pork.
Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute, or get tattoos. You know what I mean? Like
And wear mixed clothing and
whatever it is.
that's
yeah.
why I think it's hilarious. I feel like we as a society, I think I started talking about this again or before, but we need to start gatekeeping like tattoos from Christians again because for a long time, like if you had tattoos, it was like more of an alternative subculture. But I
Yeah.
feel like now it's like everybody has a tattoo. And
Yeah.
I'll see these like weirdo Trumper Christians on TikTok and they're like tatted the fuck up and they're like, I hate gay people. And it's like, well, bitch, tattoos are a sin too. So
Right.
Yeah.
go get your laser removal. If you're really about it, then be about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird thing too. Yeah. Gatekeeping. How do you gatekeep? Just calling them out? Making
Yeah.
videos?
Bully them.
How do we gatekeep?
Gatekeep.
Keep the gays.
Yeah. I'm gatekeeping. I'm holding the space for gatekeeping.
What does holding the space mean? What does that mean?
I can tell you if you made me. I literally have no idea what holding space means. I love the term. I it feels like it's important in some way.
Sounds like it could mean something.
Yeah,
cool,
it means something. I don't know what, but it sounds very like, you know what? I'm holding space. I'm holding space for this recording. So I honestly do not know what it means, but Yasmin, do you know what holding space means?
I don't know, like holding a space
I,
in
I,
your
lo-
heart.
I looked it up, holding space, and it's like instantly just all the wicked stuff.
I just want to know what it means because I feel like
Like she probably invented it, and like now it's a
no,
thing.
she's in queer media.
She's
she would
an
never,
icon for that.
Right. And she didn't even know
Holding space
this
is
was
a
happening.
practice of making space for somebody else's experience and censoring them.
In censoring them?
And centering.
Censoring.
Oh.
Yeah, to hold space, one must fully present and create a safe environment. Oh, okay.
So I'm definitely not holding space here. So it's basically just I believe in you. Okay. So I do hold space.
Yeah.
It's just funny, these things that catch on and become memes, like unintentional memes.
Yeah.
Like the my name's Topher.
It's always just like the dumbest
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Where were we watching? Dude, we were watching Wizard of Oz the other day, too. Speaking of Wicked.
Like the original?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But like I was watching, that's what it was. Remember I told you I was like my FBI agent's like listening,
Yeah.
because I was watching Wizard of Oz and we were talking about it as the movie
And then
was
now we're
playing,
holding space in Izzy's apartment.
right? And
It's
then
all a circle. It's all a cycle.
and then it started playing it on my feed, like just Wizard of Oz facts and stuff like that with the girl. I forgot the girl's name.
Judy Garland.
Yes.
How she was treated like absolute shit the whole
Pretty much
production.
like the Munchkins apparently would get drunk and try to like grab her.
oh shit.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
And wasn't they were like starving her and like forcing her, like force
Yeah,
feeding her
they-
drugs
Yeah,
to like
they
keep
gave
her awake.
Yeah, they were giving her they gave her like a corset to wear and shit like that. And then the
And
other.
then weren't they like forcing her to like chain smoke too?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like
but
as, like,
I
an
heard
appetite
something,
suppressant?
Yeah, something like that. And then that scene where they fall asleep on the in that field of flowers, and they have because the witch puts them to sleep or whatever, and like the snow starts falling. That shit was asbestos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I think whoever played the Tin Man, I think died of some weird lung thing.
Mesothelioma
I don't think it was that exactly, because they were saying
from Camp Lejeune.
they were saying we don't know if how legit it was, but
It's always like those TikToks or YouTube videos where it's like the dark side of the Wizard of Oz, and then it has that creepy music in the background.
I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, no, I didn't realize that the filming for that movie was so fucked up because, of course, Wicked right now is the topic. So it's on your TikTok feed, you get random stuff. And then I guess the lady that played the Wicked Witch of the West,
Margaret Hamilton.
Margaret Hamilton, she got really burnt. She got really fucked up. I don't know for what scene. I think it was when she was melting or something. They were using chemicals. They literally burned her.
Jesus.
And then I guess the next scene, there was one where she was flying on the broomstick, and then it was like some sort of contraption, and it was like gas powered. And she was like, "Bitch, I'm just recovered from I'm still recovering from the burns.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do this shit." So she had like her body double do it, and I guess like they didn't do it right, and it literally like blew her off the thing, and the lady was like burned. She was hurt so bad, and burned so bad that she was never able to have kids.
Oh,
So like
shit.
yeah, and then I guess like Margaret Hamilton, she had like a son. And she was like I'm his sole provider. Like I'm not going to put my life to it, or I'm gonna risk my life for it. And they were basically like, if you don't do this, we're going to go talk to like whoever the head guy of MGM was, or whoever was financing it. And she's like, I don't care, find a new witch then. Like I'm not going to do it. And then literally that accident happened.
Yeah.
I would feel so guilty.
Yeah.
Not even like because like that was supposed to be you, but it's like. It's like almost you feel like, oh, that was my fault, even though it wasn't her fault at all, you know?
It's so crazy, yeah. I mean, there's definitely something, because the other crazy thing is like when you watch, it's a great movie. Like you're watching it, like as far as when it was made, like fucking
1939. Well,
yeah.
It was filmed before. It was released in 1939.
Yeah. So like you're watching this and you're like, damn, this is like a great movie, but like all the shit that goes into it, you know, making a great movie. Like, what's the other one? The girl from The Exorcist, like her body's all fucked up.
Yeah, the mom got like I think she like broke part of her back because there's like during like one of the possession scenes where she like flies back and like, hits the fucking dresser. Yeah. They literally had her tied to a rope, and she was like, "Okay, please be gentle. Like I'm an actor, so I know how to fall." And they were like, okay. And then the director told the stunt guy, like, nah, pull it as hard as you fucking can. And so they pulled it as hard as he could. And, like, she broke part of her back, I think, or something crazy like that.
Horrible.
Damn.
And then, yeah, Reagan, like, in that scene where they were, like, throwing her around in the bed, like, I think she got hurt that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was back before they had people on set being like, it's so crazy. Literally, directors used to, like, shoot guns, like, on set to, like, get a reaction, like, you know what I mean, like they would just do crazy shit to like get a good performance out of the actors. But it's like, if you're a good actor, you don't need to resort to all this crazy shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to get them to really be scared, they would just do all kinds of crazy shit.
God damn.
It's just like if these people could have their way, I can't imagine how they would run these sets.
Yeah.
Well, how they used to run them, yeah, but now it's like you have to have like a safety person on the set,
and then they even have now people that are like just like for like when they have sex scenes, like coach them. I think that's really nice.
They what? They have coaching?
Yeah, well, they have people to make sure
they're called like intimacy coordinators.
Yeah, so they just work with actors to make sure like nothing happens, no one's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that'd be Every time I watch like an interview on that, they're always saying they're always super uncomfortable and shit like that. Damn.
As long as it looks natural.
Or what's the that scene from fucking Django Unchained when it's like he wasn't supposed to like start bleeding?
Oh yeah, when he smashes his hand on the skull.
And they were like, oh fuck, like
I want the scene of Edward and Bella destroying that Brazilian hotel room.
I want the unedited footage of that.
But on that note, it's getting late.
Is it? I can go for another hour.
Damn, you guys are crazy now.
Oh shit.
We talked about food. We talked about religion. We talked about sex. We're good. We hit
covered our bases.
Yeah, we hit the big three today. But
the big three.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to come up.
Testicles.
Like, start going down the list of guests, or whether we should
open up like a, hey, you want to record with us?
We should put out a poll on Instagram and ask the public, who do you want to have on?
Right. Put in names.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know if we have some. I really wanted the next one to be the strictly horror one, but we just have to make sure do our homework, Andy.
If you give us enough time to prepare,
okay, get some good scary stories.
We should do that with Alyssa.
Didn't you say that?
I don't know if she'd be down for that. She might be a little too scared.
Oh, really?
She doesn't like scary stuff like that.
I want her to retell that story.
I'm gonna have to call her and ask her about the Frank story. Yeah, she doesn't like scary stuff like that.
Damn,
she gets scared.
But that's good though, right? Like, we want somebody to be like, ooh.
Yeah, but I think she'd be like, fuck no, I'm not down for this.
Okay. We should ask her, get her opinion.
I'm just scared because just like it's going to suck for me because
none of us are sleeping well that night.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, I sleep good. I just hope, as soon as I get home, I turn all my lights off and I sleep like a damn baby.
Like I was watching a video and like some girl was just, she has like schizophrenia and she was describing what it's like and I'm like, it sounds like you're being fucking haunted. She's like, oh yeah, I'll see like shadows standing behind me and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Or she's like, yeah, I'll see like shadows moving in the background. I'm like, I don't think that's schizophrenia. Is it?
What is it when they see? Is that schizophrenia when they see things?
Yeah. When they
So
hear
yeah.
things,
So I know I saw the TikTok and he like takes he sees it through his camera, his phone camera. So that's what he's like. Okay, if they don't show up in the camera, there's no one there.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's crazy insane. Yeah. Yeah. So even stuff like that, because
It's a good way to center yourself to be like.
And it
I
probably
just know I'm going to be scared on the drive home already. So
I'll you see those.
it's late as fuck. It's dark as fuck. I'm
Those kids
just
with
going to
the
keep
no
thinking
eyes.
about.
I
Yeah,
would hope not with your bright pink M-Fish 4-in-1 charging cable
it'll protect me.
via TikTok shop.
I can use it to beat off the ghosts and the demons.
I'm gonna show you that video before you leave.
Does the orange mean overheating?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, mine's
Oh,
orange.
so it's perfect.
All
We
right.
did it at the perfect time.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. A lot of exciting stuff coming up, including the horror one. We'll dress up too. We got to dress up, right?
And a lot of exciting stuff just coming.
This guy. All right, guys. So
Have a good night. Thank you for joining us again.
Bye.
Send me money.